Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I'm here with Laura Verheaghe. She is amazing. She has been the owner and creator of this wonderful place.
The Red Cup.
The Red Cup in Chesterton. Amazing. If you've never been, it's an institution. And this last year, it went through a major transformation. This town and the owner of this building loved this woman so much,
You're gonna make me cry.
they said, we're going to expand your space. What would you like?
It was so overwhelming and wonderful, and then filled with self-doubt of, wow, should I not? And then it was exactly what was supposed to happen.
That's amazing. I think that's fantastic.
I am blessed.
It has transformed the Red Cup to a new generation in a way.
Oh, yes, for sure. For sure.
It has all the old accoutrements of what the Red Cup used to have, including every single recipe this woman has, which I think are mostly in her head.
Most of them, yes. I had an employee use a recipe for the chicken salad one time, and I was like, no, do it this way. No, that has to. And they go, so this is all a lie. And I went, yes. So then they were like, all right, so I was making it, and then they came over and they just started measuring everything that I was doing and then wrote that down. And now at this point it might be a lie too, I don't know. Because you just tweak everything.
I remember back in the day, I mean, you started, when did you start?
I am celebrating 11 years right now.
Amazing.
March 1st will be my first day opening next door, but I had two wonderful women that came before me, Kelly Brubaker
Yes.
and Chrissy Jackson, and I am eternally grateful for them and their incredibly hard work to make it so that way I can do this. I wouldn't be here without them.
That's the truth. We love it when we inherit from people and we carry on traditions and we
Exactly.
get rid of some of
Get rid of some and make up our own, and
Right.
yeah.
I remember when I first came to Red Cup after it relocated from over there to over here, that COVID would hit. And when COVID hit, I worried about you. Meaning I worried about this space, I worried about everything. And then you know what I saw? I saw that you were giving away food.
You're gonna make me cry.
She was. She had signs that, come on in, get some food.
You know, I've always wanted to do it for free, and I couldn't open, and I knew people were in need, and I just looked at all the websites, and I was like, okay, there's a family here, and they have COVID, and none of them can get out, and sent them soup. I was like, all right, and then I had drivers, people that signed up, and I'm like, don't go near their house. Drop it on their car, they'll come out, don't touch anything, because they were all really sick. It was really nice, honestly.
It was.
And it was a nice break, kind of. I mean, it was terrifying. Bottom line, terrifying. That whole thing was terrifying, and not making money was a little scary. But otherwise, it was just no one was in town, and it was just kind of quiet, and it was being next door and making soup was kind of like a hug.
Yes.
And then being able to give that feeling of love and compassion
Back
through the food was amazing. So.
Have you ever seen the movie Water for Chocolate?
Yes, and I read the book.
Oh, I didn't read the book, but when I saw that movie, it was just amazing because it's all about how when you make food, when you put things together and you make them, your energy goes in them and whatever you're feeling comes out the other side.
Yes. That's why a lot of times everyone's like, oh, does it have love? And I go, and a little bit of anger. Not all the time, but sometimes just a little bit of anger. Not always, but sometimes.
Well, this is amazing. What do you like best about your new space?
The hand washing sink in back next to my freezer. I love it so much. I love to compulsively wash my hands.
And it's available.
Oh my God, it's so good. And we were putting all the hand wash. I'm like, I really don't think I'm gonna need it. It is the thing. I love it. And every time I use it, I'm like, I love this sink. My kids are like, okay, Laura.
And you have lots of kids working for you.
I do.
Teaching them how to be real.
I like to say that I'm giving them life lessons. I'm like, how to cut an onion.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah. How to. This one was. My kids this last summer didn't know how to stir stuff in a bowl. Like big thing, like because we're doing things on a large scale, and they couldn't. I'm like,
Did you think of giving them
gloves and have them? Oh, absolutely not. That's just gonna be so messy. No. Like but stirring stuff, a big bowl of things. They couldn't do it, so that was one. And sometimes I'll say, "This is a life lesson." I'm like, so once you learn how to do this, whatever it is, like you're actually going to use this for the rest of your life. So you're going to have to cook for yourself. You're going to have to. This is how you chop a pepper. This is how you. So, yeah. This is how you're on time.
You're an institution.
I am. That makes me feel a little old. No, it doesn't. I was going to say it, but nah. That was just performative.
Well, it has been amazing. And I hear that the person that owns this building is actually the person who came to you and said, you've been in this other part of the building for quite a while, which looked like you'd been there for quite a while because it was warm before you went in.
Yep.
And then he said, would you like a new start?
And I was like, to have someone believe in you that much, at first I was just like, well, no.
Do I need one?
Do I need this? And he was just constantly like, what about this? Wouldn't this be kind of fun to have? And I was like, what? And so then finally, I came in one morning and looked at a hole by the sandwich counter and then tripped on a tile in the back, and I was like, yes, I'll fucking leave. Oh, I swear. I do that. And I was like, yes. And then I went and said yes. And then, oh my God, it was probably 3 weeks. And I was like,
what did I do?
What did I just say I would do? Because it's jumping off into the unknown. And like, I know how all of this is. I know how to do my job. But it was seriously an abyss of unknown.
Well, it looked like an abyss when they started.
I would say, oh my God, I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm going over to the dirty hole. Because it was just a giant dirty hole.
And look,
and
how
now
beautiful
it's beautiful and amazing and warm
and people are so excited, and people who
and it's
otherwise
cozier.
couldn't even get in here can get in here.
I love it. I love everything about it. I'm so incredibly happy. It's what a gift. It is an incredible gift to be able to do what I do. And then in this space. I don't really even have words.
So y'all have to come visit Red
Definitely.
Cup, which is located at
117 Broadway, Chesterton, Indiana.
Awesome. We hope we see you soon.
We do. I have cookies, and my favorite customers are really little. I love when they come in and they say, Miss Laura. Or if I don't have a sugar cookie that has sprinkles, sometimes they cry, and I kind of like that. Like I would never not have them to make the children cry, but that's true love.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of way back in the day. You can see when I was raising children. I would go to a little store that had a container full of deliciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have the opportunity to choose one deliciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And there is something to be said for that tradition.
Yes.
The old town sort of way to shop.
Yes. And the community. That was Mr. B's grocery store when I was a kid. was just this little, they had a meat market, and
Right.
I took 6 peanuts from the bucket one time, and I got to the car, and my dad said, "Where did you get those?" And I was like, "Over there." And he goes, "You need to go and tell Mr. B's what you did." And I had to bring back my 6 peanuts to Mr. B's. I was probably 4 or 5. And he was like, "You don't do that, that's stealing." And he went in, and I had to go see Mr. B's, and he was like, little teeny, he was like, "Okay, Laura." And he was like, "You can have them." My dad said, "No, she cannot." Because that is wrong. It was terrifying, but Mr. B's,
And here
it had
you
the
are.
same floor.
Yeah, right. And here you are.
And
at
here
Red
I
Cup.
am. Yeah.
Well, we're glad for the Chesterton tradition.
Thank you.
Hope to see you here sometime.
Me too.
Creating from the heart, the artistry of living. Suzy Vance and Laura Verheaghe. Verheaghe.
It's hard.
But once you say it, Verheaghe.
Verheaghe. But you can
You'll
also
remember it.
Or you could be just Laura Verheaghe. Pretty much I'm in everyone's phone that way.
It matches her hair. Okay, see you next time.